How's everyone doing today? Just bear with me while I get everything else started up here. Apologies for the arguing. I see that there was a little bit of chat going on here before the stream, just a little. Let's pull this over here. Let's make this a little bit bigger as well. Darthon, how's it going? Elite Jeffrey, Brian. Really, all the hoopla about Hellbore being OP and no one complains about Fleet Power Network Array not having a cap on haste. A lot of people complained about Fleet Power, but they're not in the same league. Ban the DPS league, restore Hellbore. Those are some juicy comments right there. Need some popcorn for that. Darthon, okay, there's a bit of convo there. In advanced, I got 10k out of a 600k run with Hellbore. Don't think it's worth running. Yeah, I'm seeing a few different comments here. Robert, Florian, Grossus, Dan, Spud, how's it going? Z, yeah, it looks like there was a bit of arguing in the pre-stream chat there. Dare you to make an Ox to Bat build with no clickies that can reliably break and mill without nannies. Terrible. Tate, Mac, Stanky Boy, Kane. Yeah, so the extra DOF assignment slots are at the Fleet Embassy. The duty officer, like active DOF roster slots are at the Spire. Gelbeck, Toxent, Jonesy, Last, Enraged Postman, how's it going? Omega giveaway when? Terrible. Stuka, Jay Waldo, Mark Chief, Bridger, Lem, Dom, how's it going? Okay, let me get this put over to the side. So, with the patch here today, what they've done is, well, there was a few things here. The Gladius Remaster is live. Let me just open this on the actual Stowe website. Yeah, the Gladius Remaster is live. For Hellbore, why am I on the... Hold on. It was giving me a German translation there. Let's open up the English version here just to make sure all of the wording is correct. Okay, so for Hellbore, they resolved an issue with Hellbore Light's Hellbore Ignition effect could occur multiple times on a single target. Let me... Oh, everything's just going off right now. Do not disturb. There we go. Elptron. Paul, not yet. Okay, so resolved an issue where the Hellbore Light's Hellbore Ignition effect could occur multiple times on a single target. Reduce shield drain per trigger down from 5% to 2.5%. Then they reduced the frequency of explosion triggers and added measures to prevent erroneous multi-proc issues that were previously occurring. And they improved the ownership of damage and accuracy of timing. So several different fixes here for Hellbore. And apparently the text still listed as 5% instead of 2.5. Am I going to test the Omega? I don't currently have one, so I'm down to one ship box. I'm not planning to burn it for the Omega. Like the Omega, like I said in the video, it's a ship that you can make work to get you through the content, but like there are better options. I did reach out to inquire about having one sent to me, but Don't have any update there. You know, I'm down to, with my last ship box, that's probably going to go to a ship for my my engineer. Okay, so I've got a green yacht dot here, and I'm going to, for a test here, I'm going to take, why, thank you, okay. I'm going to take SAD off and put Hellbore back on. So what we're going to do is immediately jump into some content here, and I've realized that I'm not on the correct thing for the stream, so I fixed that. There we go. We're going to get this parse going here, which just went to the wrong window. And let me open up CLA also. CLA was seeing Hellbore a little bit better. Just need to navigate to my stow folder for that. Okay. Let's go into a public queue of Hive Onslaught. Hive was where this was really just egregious damage-wise. So, public queue of Hive Onslaught Elite. Let's start off with that and see how it goes. Martin, how's it going? So for those of you that have been able to try this so far, what are your findings? Like, are you guys seeing, I mean, obviously it's seen a performance hit, but how much of a difference have you guys seen so far? Again, public queue of Hive Onslaught Elite for those that want to join. Gotcha. I did see some feedback that I was not negative enough about the Omega in my stats breakdown. You know, I think there's some discussions to be had there. It's more of like, I felt like I was pretty clear it's not the best ship. Like, you can make it work if you want, but like there are better options. And yeah, I thought I was clear about that, but maybe I need to adjust some of my wording. Yeah, I guess I could do ball plasma here as well. Steven Bacon, how's it going? Mara? The issue is, had they done 3.5 on the Omega, like its bridge officer layout's really not that good. So I think 3.5 would have really impacted the sales of that ship and would have deterred future 3.5 offerings. Like, if they're gonna do 3.5, I'd like to see them like put something out that is actually like really good. 3.5 can work for like a mine focus setup, but the, you know, aside from having it on a ship with a better layout for mines, there also needs to be some mechanics changes for mines. Funny how they made another Merc Worker Pilot Enterprise, yeah. Hopefully my voice is coming through without too much background or anything. I'm still getting over a little bit of like a cold, and I printed some TPU stuff yesterday, and that was like, that just, the smell and all that just made everything worse. I'd never printed with TPU before, and after that experience, I don't plan to again anytime soon. I thought I hit that. Well, I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Do I not have Hellbore on? Did I mess up? Because the broadsiding is really good right now. With the console and the trait from the Corolla, like broadsiding is legitimately really good right now. Okay, so I don't see too much of a difference now, or actually no, from Archer Chief that is quite a bit of a difference. 984k up to 1.3, just under 1.3. So let's take a look here. Them pets did a lot for you, Mark Chief. Damn. 178k for your pets from the Hellbore Light Drain. You had Hellbore on too? Yeah, Nick, they did. I don't think you have a Hellbore proc. Oh no, Mara, you're right. I forgot it's not just a slot. There's actually got to be stuff on for it. Oh no. So I just wasted that run. I wasted that run because I completely forgot that you have to have something on to activate Hellbore. That's tragic. Truly tragic, but that is crazy what that did there for Marker Chief's Type 7s. Look at that. 263k out of 276k was Hellbore Light Drain. Yeah, let me fix that right now. So it's yeah, rapid fire I gotta put on. I did this the last time I tried to test Hellbore also. I completely just botted out and forgot you have to do that. Okay. That's fixed. Let me resave the loadout, or just save Hellbore here. Terrible, Phil. I know you kept bringing that up. I know. Yeah, the crawl is really good. Yeah, let's do another piece of content here. We need something longer, so let's do Kdimer. Kdimer Vortex Elite Public Queue. That's a little bit longer. Infected just ends up being a bit too short for Hellbore, in my experience. Yeah, I'd heard that it was like showing up as, yeah, you can see here the activations that I got from it based on your activations. Yeah, it still's doing a fair bit there. Gotcha. I did inform you according this. Yeah. It counts the player as the pet line, yeah. Well, we're only seeing the drain portion of this do a bit right now. The actual ignition portion of it. Did I accept that? Okay. The actual ignition portion of it's way down here. Like, it did hundreds of thousands of DPS worth of shield drain, but for the actual like hull damage, it did 6.5k. At least for that part. And then there's a few here under like the pets and all that, so yeah. The shield drain looks like it's still really strong, but the hull damage doesn't seem to be anywhere near what it was, you know, prior to the hit. Isn't there a console? Yeah, Phil, I know that you're not a fan of the Odd Thought console. You've made your thoughts on that abundantly clear over the past little bit. Fire will misfire. Come on, Stowe, do better. Yeah. Nick, are you logged into your computer yet, dude? Or are you still locked out? Another fire will misfire. Magius, how's it going? Another fire will misfire. Yeah, it's still happening. I know it's been slow. I just have had a lot going on IRL the past couple of months. That's not as good of a test as like the Hive would have been, but let's see here. So that caused my Type 7s to do 79k. 62 of that was Hellbore Light Drain. Another 1.9k was Hellbore Ignition. Let's see here. For my actual Hellbore Light Drain, it was only 21k. Mark to Chief. What ship am I flying? The Brignoud Thought. Darth, I have no plans currently to do another Halloween event related video. Like the video I did a couple years ago, I feel like is sufficient. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, what we're seeing here with Hellbore is that the ignition, like you said, Mero, could probably use just a slight adjustment upwards now for its damage. The drain, that's a big number. The that shield damage that we traditionally would not see. Um, I know that there's going to be more comments and discussion, about how we deal with shield damage on the parser and on the tables, but like thus far from what I'm seeing here, 2 runs in, this is much better performance wise than it was before the update. What I want to do here, let's save this. How would Hellbore interact with the subsystem to target fire at will? I don't know. I'm going to go to just STO input here for a moment. Oh, that's froze on the wrong screen. Why is that frozen? Yeah, I mean it's taking their shields offline. Basically, it's an alternative way of taking their shields off, but it's netting you damage that you traditionally would not have. You know, did I hear the Triangle Armada is incoming? I appreciate it. I would appreciate OBS working here as well. Capture specific window. Game client. Okay. Dan, thank you for the bits. I greatly appreciate it. Okay. 1,000 bits, Dan. I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. When do I think the next Infinity promo pack sale will be? Because I need that breed ship for the main character. Probably around Black Friday. I normally just capture the whole display, but that can be risky at points. For right now, Hellbore is still nothing's changed table-wise, and right now it's still banned until we have had an opportunity to go in and play with it for a couple days, just to see how it actually is impacting a wide set of runs. But I mean, it's looking to be much better than it was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we gotta break it in first. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't English. Okay, let's do an infected Conduit Elite public queue. Yeah, you really shouldn't be buying much in stow right now, with Black Friday a month out. Like, I don't know why I opened that. The Muds bundle at 50% off, that's fine. If you want to go for that, that's only on sale for another day. But yeah, aside from like that, like anything else in here, you should just wait for like the Black Friday winter sales. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing, is this is You know, traditionally, the thing with shields is we just shut them off. When we disable shields, that results in no shield damage that we actually are dealing. But with like the Hellbore trait with the Bringing Out Thoughts console, that is doing, because of how that is going about taking the shields offline, which is to drain them, it is actually registering up as damage.
The situation is grim.
I would still, you know, hold off on Hellbore for right now. You know, let us, you know, break it in a little bit more. I'll probably talk about this in a video later this week, but I mean, yeah, it's thus far it seems to be in just a better state than it was, for sure. I have a Mara in here in a fast ship that is going to take my precious agony at the start.
Scanning the nanite transporter. Done. Additional data.
I knew it. I missed it. And still, that start manages to be slower than any of our solo starts. Look at that little bit of lag right there. Yeah, I'm feeling some rubber band in here. Let's get across. This is going too fast for Hellbore. I did not mean to hit that on that. Rip. Terrible. How dare you beat me to the agony. What kind of hull damage is it doing right now? Very little. So, let's see here. You see, the issue is in runs like this fast, it's just too fast for Hellbore to have a chance to really do much, so... Like, look at that. It did barely anything in here compared to, like, the Hive or the Kdimer. Someone else got the agony? Oh, it makes me feel even worse. Yeah, that just wasn't a good test. Like, we had too much DPS in there. Even solo, Hellbore was a bit rough for Infected. Is the Timeless Bundle worth picking up now on sale? No. I don't think so. I mean, unless you really want the ships. And even then, I'd wait for a proper 35% sale. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking something here. I've got a message. Okay, I can ignore that. So you got most of the Hellbore damage. Okay, let's take a look here. Mara. Let's see here. Yeah, 22 of the drain and then the ignition 18k. Yeah, how's it going? Gotcha. I still feel like the Anorax is a decent ship, but yeah, I mean you're right, Jay. I probably was a bit too positive about this bundle. What is the fastest task to do for the Halloween event? It's going to be one of the patrols. So actually, I need to do one of these here. I think Skeleton Crew was the faster between the two. I'm going to set my difficulty down to normal just to make this go fast. But yeah, let me get this done quick. So Let's do skeleton crew launch. Dave, how's it going? I don't know. I think I'm gonna do a video talking about like mindset shift here in the near future. Like, I understand people want me to just be more negative, but I don't know. I think there's discussions to be had about different approaches. Oh, they're stuck outside. You pull them in here. I have really bad guns on me right now. You like twin holes and you cannot lie. Oh no. I was doing endeavors. Let me get my disco full auto rifle back here. Yeah, I mean it's easy enough. They did lower it, so you only need one patrol each day now. So that does make things a fair bit easier. Yeah, the Proxima kit bashing is pretty good. I'm like, why does my ground sort of suck right now? I did that reskill recently, and I have no I have nothing that actually slotted rate wise. I hear that helps. My bridge officer's making this harder than it needs to be. This is why you always do the other patrol, yeah. Spud, I appreciate it. No, I think they did this last year as well. Yeah, the patrol's pretty easy. Both options are. Like, especially once you get like the timing all set up right. Is there a Romulan equivalent to the Vengeance? Not really. I was shown that UI. I mentioned that a couple weeks ago. I was shown the UI. Did that finally go live? Let me pull up what I was shown. Yeah, so I was shown like something like this. Is this what it looks like, Master Chief? I just saw a comment on Reddit. Okay. Yeah, I was shown that a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, that's good. Because that was sort of silly that console couldn't do that before. Okay. It looks like that? Okay, good. Thank you. That's good. Yeah. That changes one of the upcoming videos I'm doing. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, Hive, 6 minutes for Hive, terrible. Plasma, radiation, fire. Let's get that plasma up a little bit further. I'm gonna go back into a ground patrol, just get my endeavor done here quick, and then in 6 minutes we can do a Hive where we can really test Hellbore out. Let me get that on. So you want to grab adaptive immersive systems, Gnost? Are you ever planning to pick up any of the legendary bundles that include like the Scimitar, Bordescue? Because those legendary ships, those do have those consoles on them as well. Then it really doesn't matter. Of the three C-Store ships, they're not really amazing ships by modern standards, so... Josh, I'm glad to help. Hopefully the like little cold or whatever bug I've had the past couple of days isn't coming through the microphone. I like recording the video yesterday. I spent a bit too much time like re-recording sections of it because like just the like I would talk and then like it just sounded like nasty. It was in the sidebar menu? Nice. Okay, awesome. I'm getting over it, and I don't think what I did yesterday with like printing that TPU really helped. I also like recently got a like last week I got a new CPAP machine, so I think the settings on that are like it's just all combined to screw with me a little bit. Don't think you'll get the special event done in time. Richard, how's it going? Okay, 3 minutes here. While I wait, let's head down and see what the Omega's at on the market. Yeah. Mara, that's a good point too. And that's something probably won't be able to like fully do here on this stream. That'll be something we'll have to like be testing here over the next couple days. Try to get like the team on to do some like higher end stuff. I know Nick was really wanting to. Okay, Omega. There's one on the market at 1.5 million. I wonder how these are selling so far for people. Okay. 2 minutes until this goes. You've sold 2 at 1.7? Do I think that this is the final step for Hellbore? Yeah, I don't really think it's going to, based on what I've seen so far, like, I don't think it's going to need any further adjustments down. If anything, the Hellbore ignition might need a slight buff back up. Yeah, 1.5 is really common on PC for the lockbox ships. Lobby ships are going to sit around like 160 to 250 mil. Some of the really cheap lockbox ships might go for like 4, 5, 600. Things like the Liberated Borg Command Juggernaut to the Echelon. then as you go up here, you get ships that are starting to get a bit more pricey. Gargle salt water every 2 hours to stay healthy. But yeah, I mean, the issue with the Omega, like if it was a C-store ship, it would have been fine. But it's just, you know, being a lockbox ship at this price tier, like, you know, for that same amount of money could get you a World Raiser, a Credence, a Mere Warship, like a bunch of these Federation ships that are just simply better. I don't have enough PC to buy that and flip it to Warp Core. You should know that. Yeah, Lobby ships keep going down and down, yeah. Okay. Hive Onslaught is good to go. I'm re-queuing up for it, public queue. Hive Onslaught Elite. That instantly popped, which is always a little bit concerning. But I have faith. I believe that we're going to get through this. As I look for my Valdor console. Oh no. Pagan? Feigen? I appreciate the kind words. And I'm glad that you enjoy the mispronunciations that I always am doing. There's an Omega at DS9 space dock right now. I'll rip my buff sequence here. We got this. We are just powering right through this one. Except this final cube back here. This one does not want to die.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this.
I don't know why I hit agony right there, but it worked. Okay. Yeah, the Omega's Infinity Lockbox. Faith of the Heart, yes. Do people still use the trading channel? A few do. Okay. Yeah, so Hellbore was able to do a bit more there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn my screen off for a moment. And I'm going to just do some stuff here with the parse so I can separate out just the Hellbore lines. So black screen here for just a moment. Why is that not showing STO? Yeah, just give me a minute here. So let me save this. Settings, browse, where is it? I just don't know what I have open on certain windows, so I need to make sure whatever I'm opening is safe for me to actually pull up. Okay, I can put my screen back on. And let's do search, find, remove non-bookmarked lines. Let's save that. Hold on a second. Did I not save this to the... Terrible. Just a moment. Okay. Didn't let the queen end her sentence. Terrible. What does my second account think of the winter ship? It has no idea about anything about the winter ship. Also, I really like the new background they did here. The key art, that's really cool. I was using Notepad++. So this is all of the Hellbore damage that was done. Let me open this up in Oscar. So one of the key things here is look at the total DPS for Hellbore. There was, I had 391k, Warfy 236k. Now, how much of that was shield? How much was hull? So, of the 391k I had, 367.5k was shield. The other 23.2k was hull DPS. Dan, thank you for the dono. Greatly appreciate it. Now, if you look at Warfy here, that's 41k hull DPS and then 195k for the shield DPS. So, yeah, I mean, the hull damage it's doing is not that impressive now. The shield DPS is, you know, that's a major boost because that is something we traditionally, when parsing, would not have when using shield disables. But yeah, like, I think bumping up the ignition just a smidge would be fine. And breaking that down a bit more, you can see where each of us were getting the Hellbore procs from, or like the damage from. So there's lines for, like, here, let me just look at Warfy first. Those are the procs and activations that Warfy had directly from their ship. Then their pets had some. Players and other entities that shot the targets they had applied Hellbore to, you know, also show up here. So it is a few lines in the parse, more than we're probably used to seeing, but I like that it's showing us where each specific line comes from. And look at what it's doing for the pets here. So for the pets, it added 2k hull DPS, and for shield DPS, 115k for me. But again, that's shield DPS, so there's an argument from some that shield damage is not real damage. So just keep that in mind. There's going to be debates about that yet again, I imagine. Yeah, I mean, obviously the ships that have pets seem to be able to get more from it. I think if you're going in and trying to use it without having pets, it's probably not going to do as much for you. But it's interesting how it's performing now. There's nothing that looks egregious here compared to what we saw before. So let me just show the graph here. Yeah, like before with Hellbore, what would happen is you'd be able to get a ton of the shield drains to go off on a target, and then when the shields on the target went off, they would do a ton of hull damage, like in a really big burst, but we're not really seeing that here. It scales with attacks, basically, so haste and pets are going to be the big thing, yeah. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think the summary is so far, like, they have fixed it, and they've done it in a way that it still is performing reasonably. Now, I'm not saying go out, pick this up right now, give us a little bit more time to test things, but like it's in a much better state. It's not going to be breaking queues like it was before. Master Chief, whatever you can run that has the most attacks is going to be, buffing it up even more. Yeah. So, I think it's a good change here. Again, there's nothing like what we saw before where let me just bring this over a bit more. Like against the Queen, what we had seen before was that it would just like do a bunch of the Hellbore ignition in like a fraction of a second, and we're not seeing that now. Mud's Bundle Addict, how's it going? Yeah, Phil, I understand that point. Is it going to be something you're going to want to have on universally? No. It's still going to be a trait that really excels because of how it's scaling its shield drain based on the target's shield capacity. It is going to skew more towards harder difficulty content like elites. It's basically just giving you a way to address the enemy shields without going the shield shutdown route. Is Hellbore Light fixed for PC? I mean, that's basically what this patch is doing, yeah. Did console get this patch today? Okay, so I don't think console got the Hellbore changes today, but they got the other stuff. Yeah. In the current state, would it be meta for do builds, especially ones with 1 or 2 hangar bays? Infamous, I think it's still a little bit early to say anything definitive there. Give us a bit more time to assess everything about it. Yeah. But yeah, definitely in a better state. Console seems to download the game again rather than just a simple patch. I believe they have to do that because of how the stuff is organized over there. You got Trafalgar and good. Is the Epic freebie still broken? I believe so. I haven't heard anything about that being addressed yet. But look, guys, I was not planning for this to be a very long stream. I've got stuff I need to go do IRL. So if there's any final questions or anything people have, feel free to drop them in. I'll probably talk about this in a video here in the very near future. If it's still exploitable, will I push against the flat percentage stuff? Let's get a bit more testing done first. Like, if there's still an issue that's like really, like, if we still find that there's like an issue, then we'll take further action. Was the filing cabinet shill video worth it? A company reached out, offered to send me a piece of furniture, one that happened to have fit somewhat, what we were looking for the living room. And all I had to do in exchange for receiving it was a video on it. Like, I'd say that was worth it, Warpcore. Like, I understand that sort of content's not going to appeal to everyone, but, if all I have to do to get, like, a free piece of furniture is, like, a video on it, then, I think that's worth it. And it's legitimately been fine, aside from that RGB strip. Yeah, get to the chopper, that'd be nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I will say product review-wise, I did accept 2 more samples. One is for a mouse, and the other is for a monitor arm. So, there will be a few more product videos going into November. There's also going to be an uptick in stow videos as I finally have some of my scheduling figured out. Just to sidetrack here, as some of you know, I've had a lot of family stuff going on the past couple of months. That's been impacting my capability to get some of these recordings done. And just figuring out how to adapt and work around these changes IRL. That's just taking a little bit of time. You ordered one of those cabinets? Nice. Yeah, it's a good mouse. I have a lot of products offered to me that I do decline. Like, I've stopped accepting the controller reviews. Like, the controllers, I don't need any more controllers, and sometimes you just get sent stuff where it's like, this looks cheap. So the mouse is like a budget one in like the $50 to $60 price range. It looks good. The brand's been around for a while, so it should be fine. How much are radiolytic omnis on the PC Exchange? I will check that real quick, and then I'll wrap this stream up. How many controllers do I have? A few. $60 a budget mouse. I'm used to peripherals that cost a little bit more, so yeah. Any plans? Yes, in the near future, Vigon. Radiolytic. Yeah, I'm used to like high-end mice that are like over $100. You look at like the Razer Death Adders, the right now I'm using an Endgame Gear XM2W 4K. This is like a $130 mouse. It's easier for me to go the other way. Ascending price per unit. No, descending, geez. Radiolytic Omni. So cheapest is 700 mil. Yeah. Really expensive. Controller giveaway when? I don't have enough that I'm going to do like a giveaway with them, but yeah. There's just starting to be too many. Okay. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Stream again on Saturday, and I haven't done a story stream in a while, so it's probably going to be a story stream to get caught up with that. Okay. See you guys around.